you always have to realize that I didn't pick all those horses to run in the Kentucky Derby that I did. Some of them I felt really good about. Some of them, the reality was that I thought we were really stretching our imagination to even take them over there. And in this 20-horse field, there's some guys stretching their imagination pretty good too. But this, of the ones that I liked that I ran, I think this group, and I'm saying this sincerely, I think that these two, fit this year, this field, this scenario pretty good. That doesn't mean that I'm overconfident. It just means that I think we fit. Other years, like last year, I'll just take last year, Optimizer, we all felt he was a grass horse. We thought he wouldn't embarrass us, he'd run well, maybe get extremely lucky, but we knew in our hearts that we would get him on the grass, so we get him on the grass, he wins 3 stakes in a row, so if Bill Young from Overbrook says, Wayne, we're going to run Shy Tom, I stand here and say, boy, I'm enthusiastic. Shy Tom fits like a glove, and I know in my heart that Shy Tom is not going to win the Kentucky Derby.
So you've been a great actor in front of us for many years then.
Yeah, this week we practiced lying to you. And we do it with a straight face. We get up every morning and say, now we're going to say all the right things and be politically correct.
Going back to vets, have you followed any of the situation in Dubai with the Godolphin horses? And then what's your take on should anabolic steroids be allowed to be used in training here in the States?
I don't have any opinion on that. I'm old school. I'm pretty anti, medication, period. And it kind of goes back to what I said earlier. I feel comfortable, old school, take care of those things, get them over there. I think we need medication. I think it has to be, the perception and reality are two different things in racing right now. And we're trying to put our best foot forward by, all our regulations and pre-testing and everything, and that's wonderful. But I don't have any feel for what's going on. In fact, I didn't even read the article. I just heard that they had those.
Wayne, along those lines, your horses started their careers without Lasix, and several others in the field did as well. Can you talk about that experience and just kind of where everybody's at on that?
I always thought that probably we were, there's two schools of thought. I always thought a 2-year-old running in April at Keeneland going 4.5 furlongs in his first start of his life is probably not going to bleed. And so why would I give him Lasix? If you ever take a Lasix pill, it's knocks you pretty good, according to the. I never took one, but those riders that took them told me it doesn't help a bit. Now, the other side of the coin is that my colleagues will say, well, it's a preventative. I don't want them to ever bleed. So I gave it to them from the first start right on through. So, there's two schools of thought. I prefer not to run mine until maybe we get to this level where we're getting a lot of stress, a lot of hard, tough races, and then get into it a little bit.
And if my eyes don't deceive me, both Oxbow and Will Take Choice was fantastic this morning.
Well, thank
Let's
you.
fast forward to 6:30 on Saturday. If one of them win, how soon will you ship to Baltimore? Tuesday after?
Well, if they don't win, we'll ship to Baltimore on Tuesday.
So you plan on running
either
one or both?
Yeah. We'll take the second leg. That's worked for me. And my 5 Preaknesses, I don't think any of them won here. Oh, Charismatic did.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think, we've always done well
you've been
coming
great.
out of here.
You've always come to Pimlico.
Oh, yeah, we're going to come to Pimlico.
With both horses?
Yeah.
If they
Well,
all
it
goes well.
all goes well. Depending on how they pull up.
Great. Thanks.
Are there any of your other Derby winners in particular that these two remind you of for any reason?
Not really. Every one of them. Oxbow's got a little bit of Thunder Gulch characteristics about him. He's a tight wound horse and tough, and he shows up to train every day, and that's how Thunder Gulch was. Will Take Charge is more like Timber Country that won the Preakness. He's more of a rangy, big, long, striding horse. They're entirely different types, physically and every other way.
Yeah, it's interesting to watch them go to the track together.
They don't look a lot alike at all.
What did Gary learn from riding Oxbow race?
Well, Gary's such an outstanding rider. The thing about it, Ed, is that once he rode him, he knows now what to do and maybe what not to do. That was unfortunate. It was nothing that I criticized him for. I was perfectly comfortable with what happened. I saw what he was about. We'd been wide on the turn on every damn race and drew out there, and suddenly Gary said, "Whoop, we're going to be 5 wide again," and he tried to correct it. And in Gary's defense, Oxbow's not very correctable. I mean, he's going to challenge.
He said he's learned. He's just got to stay out of the horse's way.
Yeah, you bet. That horse is a free-running, genuine horse, and he doesn't want you grabbing him or trying to get too creative. And so, therefore, I think we're in great shape going back in. I'm really comfortable with Gary. You put a Hall of Famer on that's as good a horseman as he is, and that's a plus.
Ideally, what post would you want for both horses?
I like anything from 8 to 15. 14 and 15 are the 2 best post positions because of the wheels.
Right.
The little gate and the big gate, the
Yeah,
wheels
some
come
room.
together, and you got 8 feet there of space. So I'd take 14 or 15 if I had a choice.
I know all the trainers live in fear of drawing that one hole. Would you want to maybe see them do something with the point sits and that maybe reward
like to see 'em
like the top point getters maybe get a choice or something or anything? Or
No, don't open that can of worms. The thing what we got to do is put the one hole on the racetrack.
Right.
If you sight down from the one hole
Yeah.
and you go straight out the gate, you hit the inside rail. So he has to veer out a little bit, and it's natural for these horses to come down. Now you get that jam right there, which leaves 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They got the clear sailing.
Wayne, did you pick Will Charge out? Will Take Charge out as a yearling, or?
He was, Mr. Horton picked him out,
Okay.
and I didn't know that. I picked him out as one of my top choices.
Wow.
So Willis was had come in and I sat on the rail, and he's sitting down about 6, 8 rows, and I hit him a couple times. Bam, bam, bam! It came right back. I hit him a couple more times, and I look up and it's Willis. So I just went down and he rolled right to it. I wouldn't get outbid Willis anyhow. So I just told him after he signed the ticket, I said, "He just bought, in my opinion, the best horse for the sale."
Did he look as good as his?
Oh,
previous?
jeez. Made my knees buckle, my stomach flip over. No, he wins the post parade, hands down. The horse show part is a slam dunk. He's great.
I remember being there
about
for
Take Charge?
I remember being there when he broke his maiden at Keeneland
Yeah.
that day, and even just seeing him now, it just seems like the physical transformation for him is really
Big.
growing up.
17 hands, we measured him. He's 17 hands, and he's filling out. He'll be a hell of a 4-year-old. He's going to be an imposing horse.
With Oxbow, you have top and bottom horses that won the Breeders' Cup Classic
Yeah,
over this racetrack.
yeah.
How important is that to you?
Well, it was important. Oxbow, I bought him too, of course. I'm pretty proud of the fact I looked at about 3,000. I bought to 6, and I could have had 3 in there pretty easily. Titletown with the other. Oxbow's pedigree screams this race more than his physical and mental abilities. You know what I mean? When you look at him physically, you don't see that big rangy, long striding horse. And mentally, he's such a gem rat anyhow.
Do you have any second guessing that you didn't have Will Take Charge go more than a mile and a 16? As far as getting the mile and a quarter, whereas all the other horses have already gone a mile and 8. Do you think that
Every day. Yeah, you're always second guessing yourself on that. I think we did the right thing because he was so rangy and we let him mature a little bit and everything. But that's the gray area. When they hit the 3/8 pole, I'll be wondering if I
did the right thing?
I did the right thing or not. We'll see.
You're still second guessing yourself after all these years.
Oh yeah, definitely. You as you train, it's almost a minute-to-minute deal. In which, by the way, mine are ready to graze, and I'm going to go graze it. You guys
Thanks a lot
okay?
for your
All
time.
right,
Thanks,
let's go.
Wayne.
Have a good one.
Good luck, Wayne.